Ba-boom!
That is it.
I know.
Boom.
Don't you love that intro? I tell you.
Love it, love it, love
Absolutely
it.
love it, love it.
How you doing there, Miss Victoria?
I am doing good. I have to tell you, it's cold again here. It's cold.
Still,
It was like 100 degrees for like the past 2 days, and now it's like rainy and cold. But I
88
prefer
here.
no sun. I prefer no sun and it to be cold.
Yeah, no, we're melting again. Oh man, I was just dying. I'm dying.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
look at I'm
definitely.
dying. So again, if I slide down, you know what happened.
Yeah,
It's pretty rough.
I know, definitely. Well, I see Nick is here, so we'll bring him on in a
Yes.
couple.
All right, he
Let's
made
see
it.
who's here. So we have Bill. Welcome, Bill. We
Bill.
have Michael. Hi, Michael. Sophia. Welcome, welcome. We have Shadow Cat.
Yes. Hello,
Yes,
everybody.
everybody, welcome.
Who let Bill out?
I have no idea. I have no
Well, at
idea.
least he's inside, not out working in this because it's hot here again. And we're under
Yeah.
severe storm watch. So hopefully it's not like last time where we ended up having 2 tornadoes touch down.
Oh, that's horrible.
3 people lost their lives. It was bad.
Oh my God. We're pretty
Uh,
lucky here. We don't get severe weather like that.
we normally don't either. So the last few years, our weather patterns have changed. And now we get tornadoes. We never heard of having such a thing
Well,
here.
well, that's
And this
crazy.
last one, I think you heard when I was talking about on my show before, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, a tree come down, cut the house right in half. 2 little girls lost their lives.
Oh no.
Um,
That's
Mom made it,
insane.
but now, yeah, I think they just had the funeral for them. I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she had okay. Yeah, it's terrible, and it started. We had nice, cool 2 days. I was so happy,
Hmm.
and then today it started off cool, and then oh man, I'm telling you, it just kept going up and up, and I'm thinking I'm gonna die. I can't stand it anymore.
I mean, the world and the earth is going such through a transformation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's it's crazy. It really is. You can
yeah.
definitely feel it too.
Michael
So
says, yeah, it's burning up
that's.
in Tennessee. Oh yeah, it's
Oh, I
bad.
can't imagine. I can't
Yeah, it
imagine.
is.
So what's new with you, Laura? Anything?
Well, we had a bit of a family emergency this morning, so
I
thank God I
know.
made it. I just made it, guys. I just like kind of ran up into my house, grabbed something to drink, and threw my ass in the chair, turned all the lights on. Talk about last minute, but I did it. Otherwise, that's it's everything's stable now, so hopefully I won't get a phone call later. Bad
Yeah.
news, but we'll see.
And the magazine's going to come out soon.
Yes, it comes out. It's released on the 1st, so I've got really some great stories in there.
Awesome.
But still, everybody, please send stuff in. Because
Hmm.
as soon as this one is published and online, then I jump right into the next issue.
Yeah, definitely.
Michael's ready. Oh, I'm not. I'm not that desperate. I'm not ready for winter. Not ready for winter.
I like the two seasons I love is spring and fall, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I know I love summer too, but not when it's like 100 degrees out and you can't go
Yeah. It's
outside.
like sweltering.
And then
Yeah.
anybody like that suffers with a condition like I have fibromyalgia, or any
Hmm.
other person who has like arthritic or pain syndrome. This kind of weather is horrific for us. So right now my body is on total fire and I'm dying. So I
Yeah.
need a
I love
pool.
I love
Please
autumn
donate a
too.
pool.
Autumn and fall. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Love it.
there's
Love it.
Miss
Love it. Love
Carla.
it.
There she is.
Hi, Carla.
I know somebody else.
Yeah.
Who else popped in and I didn't say hello to? Mary J. Hi, 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 hi,
Yes. Yes.
hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. Yeah. I mean, I've been pretty busy myself. Cryptwalker's portal. Everyone, be sure to check his channel out. Him and I have been collaborating and making our mini series. And I say almost episode 1 is almost up and running on his end, and then we'll make a debut and we'll put it out there. So I'm excited because I actually the great thing about it is Elaine Baker she's the voice of the intro, and then it's actually going to be my story and my voice. And it's going to go to a certain point, and then it's going to be episode 2. So I'm really excited about that. And if everybody didn't know, it's actually my character. It's how I basically grew up, my story, but as my character. So it's pretty exciting. Can't wait.
When is it going to be released?
I have no idea when it's gonna. I think it should be up and running probably within the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
I would say if not sooner. So yeah, and then it's going to be on my channel. He's going to share it out as well, and then we're just going to promote it out from there. So we're really excited.
So that's how everybody's going to be able to access it, is directly from your channel.
Yeah, or his channel probably.
Okay. Is it going to be on the network as well?
Yes, it will be.
Cool.
And on my Facebook page probably as well too. So it's about 10 I would say about 10 minutes or so, maybe a couple minutes earlier. But it's about 10 minutes, so it's not that long.
Right. And there's going to be multiple episodes or just the one?
So we started with when I was born. And we're at the stage now, we're ending it when I'm a teenager. So then from there, it just goes on.
Okay, so multiple episodes.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be multiple.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah. So without further ado, should we bring Nick on?
We need to bring Nick out here and see what Nick's been up to.
Yes. Welcome.
There he is, the voice of Midnight Radio, Nick.
Right. Welcome. So welcome.
Oh boy, here we go. So I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to listen the whole time.
Go ahead, Nick. You're on your own.
Welcome to the welcome to the Paranormal Happy Hour podcast.
There we go. I should just have him as my intro in every show.
Yeah, there you
go. Seriously.
It's because of the growl. It's because of the growl that I have. The rasp.
He's got that smooth radio voice.
Indeed.
Yes, he does.
That's why when everybody starts to listen to his program, we all just drift off to sleep, and then it's running. And you're talking to a bunch of snoring people.
They don't call me Mr. NyQuil for no reason.
There you go.
See, that's one of the questions I was going to ask you, your nicknames.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. My name is Nick. I am a storyteller. I narrate true paranormal ghost stories, but I also dive into ASMR type content, more ambiance based. So anyone who has trouble sleeping at night can listen to 10 minutes of soothing, let's say, for example, a campfire with an owl just screeching away in the tree, just different sounds like that. Those are called Wednesday Zen days. Just your midweek breather to encourage you to get through Thursday and Friday so that you all can celebrate Saturday, Spooky Saturday, and I also focus on audio only narrations. So don't expect a lot of crazy visuals, just expect simple still photos, but a really good voice to make up for that, and sound effects that are that make you feel like you're actually in the story. So that's a basic rundown of what I do and who I am.
So what inspired you to do this?
What inspired me to do this whole narration thing? Well, it started when my channel officially took off. I was adult. I was finally an adult. I was 21 years old, 2021, and I posted my first poetry video. People liked it. So I posted another one, but this time I did something out of my comfort zone. See, I'm not one that likes my own voice back then. So I was taking a leap of faith. I narrated beautiful, beautiful poetry. It's still on my channel to this day. And the video analytics for that one showed a 99% stay in all of the video. So everyone really loved the voice. And people kept saying it in the comments. We want more. So I started narrating more poetry, but then after a while I started noticing I wasn't really getting much younger people to the channel, like teenagers or young adults. And I was like, what's something that people like to listen to, when they have the time? Scary stories. And I have a good voice for it, so I gave it a shot. And now I have a successful segment on my channel called Spooky Saturday. And that's where this whole entire thing started. It's from a bunch of people saying that your voice is soothing you should do ASMR content. I'm like, no way, but I'll take the ASMR content a different direction, and I'll still use my voice. And so
Wonderful.
that's me.
Hello, Victor. Nice to
Hi,
see
Victor.
you. All right, so getting to the nickname, where did that come from?
The nickname. Well, no, which nickname?
Mr. NyQuil and Rice Hat.
So Mr. NyQuil, that was an old one. Mr. NyQuil is simply, once I had the channel up and running for Spooky Saturday and realizing the potential, like, just in my voice and how beneficial it could be to someone who may need it, I'm pretty sure I'm not one of the only narrators, but I'm pretty close to it, where it's like, I just, I guess you can say I put people to sleep, but like with zero side effects, The only side effects you really feel is that you're addicted to more. You're addicted to more Paranormal Poet. So that's the only side effect to Mr. NyQuil.
Yeah, I never make it through a whole story.
You never do?
Never do.
You're just out by the time
I am out. That's it. Yep.
Wow.
I get all comfortable,
Hello,
and then that's it. I feel terrible.
Right.
I just out.
Just the intro. Hello, everyone. I am.
Yep, that's
narrator.
it. Yeah. Your last one, I have to tell you, was really interesting. Was it Japanese? Was it?
Oh, Hachisaku-sama.
Yes.
That's a Japanese urban legend
Wow.
from Japan, and that video is actually interesting because I posit a theory that nobody else has ever posited before. Like, they say she's a yokai, or what they call an ancient demon in Japanese culture. She's not Onryo, because Onryo is like a vengeful spirit, right? But like a demon would make sense of how she acts behavior-wise. But I posited a way older theory that like she may be a Nephilim that actually survived the flood and hid in the ancient coastal parts of Japan, hiding away and getting better and honing her skill. And then you have, once Japan was finally settled, you start getting reports of a tall, 8-foot tall woman and snatching men, mainly men. And it's like, it just correlates, and it makes a lot of sense because if you do look into the Bible, there's a passage in Numbers where Noah sends scouts to explore the land of Canaan, and on the way back, they do mention that some Nephilim have survived, and that they seemed like grasshoppers to them. So that could be, maybe she was one of the few survivors that just made her way all the way east. And no one's ever posited that theory before, but it makes sense to me, so I decided to put it in the video.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that nobody expected me to speak very well in Japanese, but I did.
Yes, I was amazed. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they're like, probably did you watch the trailer for it?
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah,
So the
no, I
trailer
didn't see it either.
The trailer
Yeah.
for it was really, really good. That was all
Okay.
in Japanese. That's
Wow.
all in, yeah. Like, there's not a shred of English in there. The only English you see is the English subtitles, like in the video, so that you can follow along.
So how many languages do you know?
Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese, English,
Wow.
and
Good for
music.
you.
And music,
Yes.
of course, because music is a language everybody understands.
Of course.
I always call myself bilingual because I understand English and music. But that was back then.
That's
What's up,
amazing.
Michael?
And I'm used to reading subtitles because I watch a lot of videos from Vietnam.
Really?
Believe it or not, it's women that are on their own, and they build their own homes and everything with bamboo. The stuff they can do with bamboo blows my mind.
Yeah, it's bamboo.
So I have to read all of that.
Bamboo, wood, and like natural thatch, which is like straw.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's what I watch, guys.
That's awesome.
watching.
I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple more people came in. Let's say hello to Admit. Wayne, welcome. Ryan, welcome,
Yes.
Ryan.
Hello,
Jamie, welcome. See everybody, welcome.
I know we
So
need
I
some
have,
bamboo around here.
I know, definitely,
Can
huh?
make anything with it. It's great.
Yeah, it's
Bamboo is
very,
truly yeah, it
yeah,
truly is.
that's awesome. So, I have to ask, how do you prepare yourself emotionally, or mentally, before recording?
Before recording. So
Yes.
usually when I'm recording, say, a very serious topic, like say for example true crime, I mean, just to match the mindset, I would just
Mm-hmm.
watch a few videos from my favorite true crime channels, right?
Okay.
And just to really put myself in that mood, just like, just down at their level, just knowing that I can bring myself all the way back up, like, so that I don't stay there. And once I'm in that perfect stage of like, because I want to come across as, like, I want to come across as relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way to do that than bring yourself to that level? But do it cautiously in a way that you can bring yourself back up into, like, to where you're not mentally drained by it. And that's what I do. I just go there, narrate, and once the narrating is done, I just listen to music, you know, and yeah.
That's awesome. How do you balance it, creating content that is thrilling but also soothing and calming?
Oh, I think that's just I guess you can call it a double sword, a
Mm-hmm.
sword that has two edges on it, because my voice is so calming. It's incredibly soothing. People fall asleep to it, but there's also the other side where it's like, oh, he kind of sounds a little mysterious, a little terrifying. I don't know, a little unnerving even, So I see myself as a double sword, but it's more positive,
Mm-hmm.
We like to refer to the double-edged sword metaphor as something that has both good and bad, but all, like, my double sword is very, very positive. It's scary. you know you don't want to be high pitched. I can't have my high pitched voice narrating Spooky Saturday, like, hello everyone, welcome to, like,
Yeah, that doesn't
welcome to
work.
Spooky
Yeah.
Saturday. I can't do that. Like, that just doesn't work. So I
Mm-hmm.
I stay down here in my chest voice, and it works perfectly.
Nice.
I could
Carla has a
never I could
question.
never do that. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Nick, do you find it difficult to narrate? Do you read most or memorize? So one of the best tools I have at my disposal, it's called Google Drive and Google Docs. I have the app on my phone, so I make sure I do all my final edits in Google Drive computer. That way, when I see it, all I have to do is go to the doc and read line by line. And sometimes I'm looking down like this, and it doesn't pick up my voice very well, so I have to kind of do this. This is how I have to narrate, because I'm not too close to the mic, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I do. That's how
Hi,
I
Mark.
yokoso Josephson Tekina. Okay, interesting. Shuzhen.
Yeah.
Oh, he reads it. What's it mean?
I don't
I
know.
know, huh?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I'm just really good at see
He can read it though. You
when I'm reading a
should have went
thing.
with it, Nick, and just made up something. We wouldn't have known the difference.
I think he just said hello, how are you? Oh, I'm doing good. Well, he certainly didn't say that, but you know,
Knowing Wayne, it has something to do with either spanking or.
I don't know. I can do that.
I'm just teasing. No,
I'll
Oh
listen.
man. Hi Florina. How are
Hi,
you?
Florida.
Hello,
Hey,
Florina.
James.
I always love when Florina's here.
Yeah, yeah. Once I get into work, you guys are already on for like a couple of hours
Mm,
on your
yeah,
live.
yeah. Mark's random curiosity. Yep.
That's right,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I forget that she works these hellish hours. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. I do.
we're sleeping and poor Susan's working.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Wayne. That's actually nice. I appreciate that. Welcome, Paranormal Poet. That's what it said, apparently.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
Also,
neat.
Chosen. Yeah, I don't know how to say like that part. I need to see it phonetically
I'm gonna
broken
say,
down. I need to see it phonetically broken down to actually
okay.
accurately pronounce it. Same with Korea, especially Korean. Oh my gosh.
It's really hard.
Like I'll type it in the chat, like how I see 안녕하세요. Well, actually, how about 감사합니다? 감삼. This is how I see 감사합니다. That's how it breaks it down for me, so I can read it accurately. You know, because
Okay.
what in Korean, what you see is not what you hear, and that difference confuses the hell out of me. So breaking it down phonetically, word by word, like 감사합니다, like that really helps me, and that's
Yeah,
what I
because when
think.
you hear people speak the languages, it all sounds the same,
Right, and
except for the tone. I know tone is very important.
Yeah.
yeah, and
So
in China, Mandarin especially, tone is very important.
So you
What is
use the
going
wrong tone. God knows what you just told them. So I mean,
Oh, you just cursed someone out.
yeah, you insulted them or something. Yeah, and then next thing you know, you're in
Oops.
trouble. So yeah.
Oops, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So I know you got into like how your channel was made and how you got into this role of storytelling. But did you have any previous paranormal activities or anything related in the paranormal?
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Did you guys hear that, by the way?
No.
Okay, good. My stomach was just like, it was
no.
it was growling, but I'm hungry, but
I'm hungry, feed me.
oh, good. No, that was loud. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear that. But good question. Yes, I indeed have had multiple paranormal experiences. One of them I will always remember. I was downstairs. For context, I live in a single family house, but connected to it is another smaller house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to live in the smaller part. And I was on my computer, and when I got a phone call, it was my dad, and he asked me, "Hey, can you get me some Gorilla Glue?" Because he was remodeling this side of the house where I'm at now. And so I try to find him everywhere in this side of the house, can't find him anywhere. Above me on the second floor, I hear human footsteps just running down, like running to the top part of the stairs. And you have to know my dad. He's not a run, like he runs, but in case of emergencies, you know, like otherwise he's a very straightforward man. He would never run unless it was an emergency. So I went up there to check on him. There's only 4 rooms up here. All rooms were accounted for. They were empty. Want to know where my dad was the whole time? He was outside cutting wood.
Oh.
So who did I hear upstairs? And at the time, it was only me and my dad at the house. Everyone was still like, you know, my little brother was out with the mom, and grandma's in the garden, just doing her normal gardening. So who did I hear in the house? Running above me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we have no pets, and people like to debunk me saying, "Oh, you got pets." No, I don't. And I would hear even if it's a big cane corso,
Mm-hmm.
you would still hear their nails, like scratching the
yeah.
wood. Like you would hear their weight, but you can also hear their nails, and that's not what I heard. I like, go, like human footsteps, undeniably human footsteps.
Yeah, there's a total difference between animal and human sound.
Yeah, definitely.
That was undeniably human. Someone was up there, but all rooms were accounted for. So
Spooky.
That was by far my most realistic and terrifying one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you gone on investigations at all?
So there was a Boy Scout camp I used to go to. That place had some haunted history to it. One story of a man, he was a medic, a camp medic. So his job was literally to just run across that bridge, either with his horse or, you know, on foot. He was called the Running Man because he was a very fast runner, and he was perfect for a medic. So one day he gets called over to a specific camp, and as he's crossing the bridge with his horse, something on the bridge spooks the horse. We don't know what it is, but it spooked the horse enough to make him buck, and because the horse started bucking, it threw him back, and there's a big boulder there. There's a big boulder in the creek, and he broke his neck on impact on the big boulder, and died immediately.
Oh
And
my God.
so now that bridge, sometimes when you go over it, and just in the daytime, you can hear and see the actual bridge vibrate, because like you would have to wait until the bridge fully settles, and then out of nowhere the bridge will actually start vibrating again, but nobody's clearly there. And I don't know about you, but like a creek doesn't have that kind of vibration power to make a bridge sway like that or vibrate. That takes like actual footsteps and human force to do. And that happened to me. There's a concrete layer, and then there's the bridge, and it's made out of metal. I was on the concrete area, and I turned around and I heard this loud dum 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 running towards me, and I turn around and the bridge is shaking as if someone ran across it. So that's when I truly believed in that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was undeniable. I was just like, yo, what?
Yeah.
That's the Running Man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you know if your dad did any background history of the land that your house is on? Or the history?
I don't really know if he did anything like that. So my dad, he does support me when it comes to the paranormal. He's the one that drives me to these places, right?
Yeah.
My mom's a little more terrified and like she believes in it because she's had her own experiences, but that's why she's terrified. She doesn't want to talk about it.
Right.
So did my grandma,
Poor mom and grandma.
Yeah, like there were times where my mom would come into my room just to confiscate the haunted doll that I have.
Oh.
So now I hide her. She's under my bed.
He has a haunted doll too.
She's under my bed right now. I can go grab her later if you guys want.
Yeah.
But maybe
careful, they might bury it in the yard, so be careful.
Maybe our dolls can have a former.
So why is she under the bed?
Oh, so that's this IKEA style bed that has drawers.
Yeah.
It's an invisible bed, so the drawers they pull out.
Okay.
And she's in one of the drawers. She's not fully under the bed.
Got ya.
And she's in a box, so she's protected from dust and stuff. But yeah,
and mom, he's hiding it from mom.
She left it in a cold garage when she came in here one time and confiscated it. She said, "No dolls in this house." I'm like, "Mom, stop! It's Chucky's not real. Chucky's not real."
She wouldn't make it here. My house is loaded with dolls.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she wouldn't like it either. Does this doll have chesticles?
Chesticles.
I don't really focus on that detail, but she's a very beautiful doll.
That's from the other show, Bill.
I know,
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So what do you find most challenging but yet rewarding for what you do?
This narrating job can be stressful, mainly because of the way that I get my stories. Not everyone's going to have a ghost story, and that's okay. Move on to the next person. And that's what I do. How I get my subscribers, likes, comments, stories, it's all on om.tv. Like that's chat roulette or Omegle.
Okay.
Like, I go on om.tv talking one person at a time.
Gotcha.
And pretty much, like just today, I'm at like 4,047, and all of that came from om.tv.
Oh my God! Wow.
Keep in mind they stayed. 4,000 people is a lot of people. So especially if you're meeting them one at a time.
Yep.
So anyone who tells me that word of mouth promotion doesn't work and I shouldn't do it, that just makes me want to do it even more. And now here I am at 4K.
That's awesome.
Wow. And so it is stressful. You're right. Like, not everyone's going to have a ghost story. And I post every Saturday. So being consistent is definitely, tough, but I've never missed an upload day, and I don't plan on missing a single one.
Yeah. You just got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah. We're on episode, I think episode 64 now of Paranormal.
Fantastic.
Saturday. Yeah. I'm going to do something special for the 100th video.
That's amazing. I was going to ask you, do you have any future plans for your channel evolving, or do you have any new ideas, themes, or formats that you may want to pursue?
The more, I think I'm going to go down the I mean, I was thinking, so I do audio only horror and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like audio only immersive experiences is something I'm very passionate about and very good at. If you listen to my members on my members only lives, they'll vouch for me and say I'm actually I'm too fast at sound design, that they can't keep up. They have to like he's going so damn fast because I'm used to it, and
Yeah.
Right.
it ends up sounding perfect at the end because of how much time I take to make sure everything's good. And so I think I'm gonna do original Korean dramas, but subtitle them in English for my English viewers, but
Okay.
All right.
target the Korean, the
Yeah,
Korean.
right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I'm gonna do audio only versions of original K drama stuff because you can listen in a car, right? You're driving 6 hours down the road, you're bored. You don't want to listen to the radio for 6 hours. It's boring. You got to listen
Right.
to, play a YouTube video, play it
Yeah.
through the aux. That way you're listening to a 2-hour movie, audio only movie. Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. The first one is going to be free to watch, but the second one, it depends on how good the first one does.
Right.
Maybe I might encourage a couple of companies to maybe pursue the same idea to maybe you sell it on their platform too. But I think I'm just going to do that for the people to enjoy road trips and
Well, right. Well, what you're revising is old time radio, because everything was all the stories and the dramas from old fashioned radio. That's what they did.
Yeah.
It was all
Exactly.
radio. Everybody just listened, and
Right.
your imagination made the story come alive.
That-
So you're revising an old tradition, which is great, because
Ex-
I love listening to old time radio.
Exactly. And that concept that you said, like your imagination creates the story, is what I
Yeah.
do with my stories, is that I only give you enough detail to freak you out, but I leave out that certain amount because that's for your brain to figure it out,
Right.
to use your imagination to piece it together. And that's what makes it scarier. It's no longer
Exactly.
someone else's story. It's your story.
You're right. It's absolutely right.
And that's what makes it really, really powerful. Let's see, Nick, what are your nationalities, if you don't mind me asking? I'm Vietnamese American, but I'm also sub-Saharan African.
Oh, wow.
25% of it is sub-Saharan African. Tell by my naturally black curly hair.
Yes.
And that's the only part of me that is like sub-Saharan African.
Just his hair, guys.
Just the hair. Just because you should see my mom. She's 50% sub-Saharan, and if you know Afrocentric black women, they actually have like really beautiful natural like curls,
Yep.
and it's poofy.
Yeah.
My mom's hair is exactly that quality, and so like it's I got the 25%, and then 65% of it, the other half is Vietnamese. But I was born and raised on American soil, so I was born in California.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that is my nationalities for you guys.
Wow, that's awesome. How long would it take you to? So, what's the process? How long does it usually take you to do a story?
Okay, a solid story. First, I would have to travel through my archives of notes that I have on my phone.
Yeah.
Find a good story that I think the audience might like for that week. And so once I select the story, I look through the information that I have. What I always tell people is, what is the name that you want me to publicly use in the video?
Mhm.
And I take privacy very seriously. So if you don't want to use your real name, I'll tell me your real name anyway, so I can give you a fake one. That way you and I know. So when it comes time and you see the video, you know I'm talking about you. But everybody else will just think, oh, Colton. Like there's a lot of Coltons out there in the world.
Right.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'd
lot-
use the same thing when I'm doing a story in a magazine. If somebody doesn't want to know, letting their name out there, then I just give them one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them like a pseudonym.
Yep.
And so once I'm looking through all of that, I pretty much just I used to write out my stories like by hand, and it turned into like maybe like a 4-minute script, which I realized was too short. But now that I can just so ChatGPT is a very, very useful tool. And the only reason why I use it is to essentially have it reorganize the info the details that I type into it, and it reorganizes it and structures it. That's all it's doing, is structuring it in a readable way
Yeah.
and in chronological order. Everything is still me. I'm still doing the final touches and
Yeah.
everything. It's so, you know, so that's all ChatGPT really does. Is just structure it for me so I can actually piece it together and have it narratable. Now I do like 7-minute videos, like 7-minute stories, like
Nice.
That's awesome.
consistently because of that, simply because of that feature, and I'm thankful for it. So
Yeah,
that would
everything that you do, is it self-taught?
self-taught. It's also experience.
Okay.
So like being able to, I just play around. I'm bored. I just go in Canva and just create some random stuff, and I'm playing around with all the buttons and like seeing what does what. I'm like, oh, this could go well. Like when I go on Pixabay, which is where I get all my sound effects and video and overlays for Wednesday Zen Day, I like to listen to certain sounds. If I hear a sound that catches my ear, I'll just instinctively download it. I was like, I'll use that for later, for a later project, because that's going to
Oh,
come in handy. And I have a lot of downloads, download files on my computer.
nice.
Most of them are sound effects and videos, so like the overlays. So it's pretty funny.
That's awesome. How do you personally unwind after working?
Wait, how do I what?
How do you unwind? Like, do you
Oh,
have to
how do
take
I?
some time to unwind right after you create a story?
Usually, one of the best things that I find is going outside and just like I have like I have multiple staves. See, I do martial arts, so that's one of my bow staves right there.
Oh,
I just take it, I just start
nice.
swinging it outside. It makes me feel like I'm moving my body, I'm circulating the
Yeah.
blood. Because after sitting a while, you're just like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
Just sit
Right.
down. Blood is stagnant. You don't want your blood to be stagnant. You want your blood to be flowing through you. So I go outside and I just swing the thing around, get a good sweat in. Even if it's just a light sweat, blood is now moving through my body. I feel slightly better, and now I can just relax and listen to music. And
Nice.
I used to wait until the very last moment to post Spooky Saturday, but now that I have members only live streams, I'm able to get the story, the visuals, put the visuals and the audio together in Canva, download it, and then upload it like right all under probably 1 hour. So I think having an audience there is like added pressure, You don't want to
Right.
you don't want to fail them. So I just they encourage me. Even if I see Florna in there and she's the only one in there sometimes, like I'll just be like, that's enough motivation for me to be like, all right, get your ass back to work. And it works all the time
It's good.
because I speed through it, but I speed through it because I've done it so many times before, so it becomes second nature. And yeah.
How has audience feedback influenced you or
Audience,
style over time? Do you
yeah,
get like a lot of positive feedback or
yeah, mainly
that's good.
positive feedback.
That's
There
good.
was one. I'm scared to do my UFO videos because I always get that one comment. Like, I did get one comment from a random person. I don't even know who they were. They were just like, like there's no evidence between like alien abductions. This is bullshit. I'm like, yeah, delete, and like problem solved. But I'm kind of terrified to do the UFO ones, knowing how there's
Yeah,
such
there's
closed-mindedness in that
yeah.
field. Not just that, but in the paranormal field too. There's that closed-mindedness that I just kind of block out because I'm not giving them my energy.
There
And
you
plus,
go.
the like if you send me a hate message, the message is for me. It's not for Victoria. It's not for you, Laura. It's not for anyone in the chat but me. I read it. I acknowledge it. I delete it. Simple as that. And that's how I always go about it. And I
Good.
don't feel I'm wrong in any way. That's fair game. You know, you want to
Right.
use your freedom of speech to try to tear me down. I'll use my freedom to do whatever I want since it's my channel, and
Right.
I'll just remove it. Period in the story. And that's how I deal with the negativity. But as a storyteller, you don't. I get a lot of people saying, like stories is not evidence. I never said this was evidence. I'm just giving you a story. Like,
Right, right.
hello, don't shoot the messenger. I'm
Right.
just
Yeah,
telling you
you're
the
not claiming to be an investigator or anything. You're just telling the
yeah.
Yeah,
story.
I'm just
definitely.
telling the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, I had a close friend of mine personally tell me, like, like your story, like the story that you posted tonight. I personally don't believe it. Like, but like, damn, you tell it well. Like, you did a really good job narrating,
It's good.
and you always look at the positives. They don't believe it. Cool, but
Right. Well, like you
like,
said, you're not claiming it to be evidence or data towards anything. It's a story
exactly,
you're
it's a
telling.
story. Yeah, it's a story to entertain,
Right.
but it's most importantly someone it's someone's story. Someone out there experienced this, and who am I to say what you like if you told me an experience and I didn't believe you, who am I to tell you that what you experienced was fake? Because it clearly
Right.
happened to you. You feel very strong about it. I don't have the right to tell you that what you experienced wasn't true. I'm just here to listen. So I don't shun, I don't look down on, I don't ridicule.
Hmm.
I just listen, and I constantly inquire and ask questions, and then I
Yeah.
write most of the notes down. I write them in my notes,
That's
and
fantastic.
that's how you get the story. Even Art Bell will tell you, like, that's literally how you get the story. You don't look
Right.
down, don't ridicule, don't shun, just let them talk, and
Exactly.
they will give you a story that your audience will love. And
And
that's what
who
I
doesn't love a good Art Bell story?
who does not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Madman Markham,
Man,
the
love them
the
all.
teleportation one. Yeah, yeah.
And we'll see, and it also falls right into like old time radio. You listen to
Hmm.
those
Oh,
old
well, yeah,
stories, and
It
wow,
does.
it really
yeah.
keeps you captivated. Those people were really talented.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
They were.
he's an amazing person. Also, George Norrie too. George
Yeah,
Norrie, which was also Coast to Coast.
yep.
Yeah, he was a good one.
Good
Well, even with like
storytellers.
the old like horror classic movies, black and white, it was mainly like the audio that scared the bejesus out of you. It's like,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's the beauty of the radios because
mm-hmm,
and what Nick does is that your imagination makes the story.
that's right.
exactly.
You only
And
tell so much.
so
You know.
just think of it. Someday you're going to be up there with all those big guys there, Nick.
I'm actually speaking of. I'm actually. I have showed up on Mr. Ballin's, like in front of Mr. Ballin's viewers. Like I see
Oh,
it. I see it
Nice.
in the analytics. One comment came from up across the pond, so the UK, and he was showing love from across the pond. I was watching Mr. Ballin, and I came across you. I really like your content. Keep going. I was like, yo, no way. What's up? And usually I get the comments on Om.tv. I didn't ask
Mm-hmm.
for that one. They just commented. I was like, oh, nice. You know, that was an uncalled for comment. It came out of nowhere, but like it was one of the most positive comments ever, knowing that my videos are being shown to Mr. Ballin viewers.
That's
I was
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Because I was just going to ask you, whom would you love to collaborate with?
Mr. Ballin. I'd also love to have Corey X Kenshin. He does spooky, scary Sundays or Saturdays where he
Mm-hmm.
reacts to scary stories. All it takes is one person with a contact that contact knows him, personally. All it takes is one person to send him a message and be like,
right.
yo, like I got another scary story YouTuber for you. You should check him out. All it
Yeah,
takes is that one person, and
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly, boom, influx of subscribers, just like that. So, Corey X Kenshin, Mr. Ballin. Oh, who else? Um, well, what other storytellers are there that I listen to? I don't. Yeah, I don't really know. I think maybe. Oh, Llama Arts. There you go. Maybe I can send in my story to Llama Arts and maybe even collaborate with him. Narrate half of his story. Because Llama Arts, he animates his stuff, and so that takes a very long time.
Yes.
Right.
and that he also narrates. So I could be a narrator of his, you
That's
know?
awesome.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I'll just take that one chance.
take
Yeah.
that one chance of like letting it out in the world. Just like, I want to collaborate with Corey X Kenshin, or just have Corey X Kenshin react to my stories. That's simply it. And just throw it out into the universe and know that the universe is listening. And so one of these days it'll actually happen.
That'll
That's
happen.
awesome.
It's going to happen for sure.
Yeah. Positive vibes.
Mr. Ballin is really good at storytelling stories. He is. And thing is, he freeballs it. I don't. I have a script. Unless he has a teleprompter that we can't see.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's just a teleprompter.
Yeah.
Like, you just look straight into the camera. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I read a script. I read a script like this. This is
Right.
This is an unflattering angle. I was sitting here and
You know what though? That's the same thing I did when I recorded my voice. So
really
same thing I did. Yeah.
yeah, looking at your notes and you're just like according to the Bible, like like
Yeah.
and you're always just making sure you're not too close to the mic. Yeah. Has Paranormal Poet listened to Don't Scare Claire? I've never heard of it. No. I'll have to look it up after
Yeah,
today.
she's great. She does a whole bunch of paranormal stories.
Does she?
Yes.
I might
she's
have to
great.
take a
I had
listen.
her on my show a while ago, but she's great.
I
She's from
see.
the UK.
Yeah.
So
Good storyteller. Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
she is.
Maybe there's a collab there,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's
definitely.
down. Claire, if you're out there, you're listening, let me know.
Oh, the paranormal scholar. Yeah.
Or rot. How do you say road? I always say
Rotan?
rotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to say rotten. I didn't want to be,
I forgot about her. Yes.
It's good as well.
Thank you, Mark.
So there you go, a couple of names.
There we go.
Let me just Don't Scare Claire. I'm gonna copyright. I'm gonna not copyright.
Yeah, she's very popular.
She is.
I'm gonna copy it and put it into my YouTube thing. There you go. So I won't forget it. And Paranormal Scholar, Laura. I'll just put it in another tab. There you go. Now I won't forget.
There we go.
She's great. I see.
So do you ever get any creative blocks?
Absolutely. As
Yeah.
a creator, I'm sure you've experienced blocks yourself. We all have. But how I break those blocks, I simply go outside and let the fresh air take the worry away. I'm an air sign. If you didn't know, I'm Aquarius. So wind is very much like a favorite thing of mine. My grandma and everybody else would just be like, "Oh gosh, it's too windy outside," and me, I'm loving it. I'm just standing out in the breeze, and I don't get sick from it. I just stand there in the breeze. It feels nice, And so not just that, but I just feel like letting the air, like visually imagining the air taking away my worry and flooding my mind with new ideas.
It's like a cleansing.
Exactly, because visualization is a powerful tool, and when you use it in nature, it's very powerful. That's what the Wiccans do. That's why visualization is always part of the exercise, is because they want you to be good at visualizing. Because
it's nature as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I love nature. That's my second getaway.
As do I. It's very lovely to be in.
Yes. Definitely. If you could experience one real paranormal event, what would it be and why?
It would have to be a poltergeist.
Yeah.
I just want to, because I have such a different view on the paranormal. I'm not. The poltergeists usually happen because of intense like emotion, right? And you feel that as an empath. But me, if a ghost slammed a door in my face, I'd be like, rude. Where's your indoor manners, sir?
That's funny.
I was like, sir, open this door. I gotta have a word with your mother. Just don't give them the reaction that they want. It's I don't want to be scared in that moment, because then they're just gonna keep the door locked or something like that. But if you're just relaxed and playing jokes, you're just like, oh, you know. If I
I could
was a
see him
ghost,
standing there saying, "You're rude."
he's like, how rude. Where's your indoor manners?
That's very funny.
And he's like, there's people sleeping. Where's your indoor manners? How dare you slam the door in my face? Let me talk to your
Yeah.
mother. Open this door. Like, don't make me kick you out.
Right. Don't make me put you in a timeout.
How
Yeah.
very dare you, Mr. Poltergeist.
How very
Yeah.
dare
Hi,
you, Mr.
Cheza.
But
Hi,
I would,
Chessa.
hello, Cheza.
Good to see you.
I'd absolutely love to experience a poltergeist, not in my own home, but in someone else's home that's already known to be haunted and that
Right.
has one. I just want to like see things move, see things fly, because I know they happen in poltergeists, but it's mainly doors. And like I don't know, I think the doors kind of freak me out a little bit, like when they just slam right in your face. But it's also like the thought of grabbing the door handle and not being able to get out, that scares me even more.
Oh.
But how do you escape that? You don't show the emotion that they want. If you're scared, they're just gonna hold it there, They're just
They're
gonna
gonna
make
just
it
keep it
worse.
up. Right.
Exactly. They're it was like, oh, like good, even more fear, But if I'm just like, you better open this door, I'm talking to your mom. Like, I'm gonna let your mom know what you're doing.
Well, that's why you'll have most investigators like, well, gee, could you do that again? Because we want proof.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I dare you.
And usually it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, it's when it happens, just not when you drop your guard.
Right.
It's like, fine, I knew this was fake. Boom. That's when
Right.
You're not
Exactly.
thinking about it anymore. You're just like, oh, this is bullshit. Boom. That's when the door closes, and that's what you wanted, So, I feel like a poltergeist would be something I fully want to experience elsewhere. I always got to preface elsewhere. I don't want that shit in my house.
Oh, you don't want us to send
no
you
one
one.
Does.
No,
one
don't
does.
don't send me one. Absolutely not. I already deal. I have 2 vortexes downstairs already, so we got spirits walking through,
Or he could take the doll out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could take the doll out. She's actually a sweet person, though. The only thing that ever really happened that was considered a poltergeist was I have a brown fedora or a tan fedora, and it was sitting on top of my PC tower, and it was on top. Like all of a sudden I started smelling cigarette smoke, right? And turns out the husband that's connected to it's a husband and wife, but the wife is connected to Antoinette, which is the doll's name, which I'll show you later. The husband's name is Henry, or Henri, and he loves smoking cigarettes. Like you see him, you see actual photos of him with a cigarette in his mouth, So I know the man really loved his cigarettes. So when I smell that smoke, I know it's him. And that's what I happened to smell at that point. And right in front of me, the hat flies off the PC tower and lands on the opposite table. And I feel a huge gust of wind afterwards.
Wow.
All the windows were closed. All the windows, there was no draft. And there's there's no AC vent, so
Nice.
it would have to just boom, random. And I found that pretty cool. I didn't freak out. I was like, yo, awesome. You got power. Hell yeah. I was very excited for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you ever get any sensitive or disturbing stories that you kind of hesitate to create?
Yes, there was 2 of them. 2 of them were near kidnapping stories.
Okay.
Both of those I managed to post on my channel. They're up right now. You can watch them. One is called a true harrowing harrowing near kidnapping story. And the other one, I'm pretty sure, is the same title. One girl essentially went into her morning routine. You just get her coffee, get breakfast, go and get an Uber to go to her work. Well, this Uber just tends not to she's telling the man dude, we're 15 miles away from where you were supposed to drop me off, and the man wouldn't talk. He would just keep driving and ignore her. So she she made a radical decision and just opened the door while it was moving, jumped out, broke her leg. I got
Oh
this in an
God.
actual I got this in this story in an actual email, and he said like her friend is still like traumatized to this day. The leg
Wow.
healed up fine, but like she definitely believed like it could have ended way worse if she had stayed in the car.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that was one of those stories where I'm like, okay, I'm reaching a different. It's not paranormal. This is very much can happen to you. It can happen to
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
right now, you know. And so it's kind of a sensitive topic. So in that
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
I put a trigger.
Steve.
Yeah, I put a trigger warning in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's more like on the serial crazy person scale.
Yeah,
So, hey,
like
Steve, how's it going?
So
go.
would you want to like so in the future would you be up to um expanding not only just paranormal stories but like kind of like crime stories like a combination?
Maybe like true combining paranormal and true crime.
Mhm.
Maybe. I was thinking of starting a 911 series, like you know the 911 calls where they of
Mhm.
course it's scripted,
Y-
but like you know they write their own like story to fit with it.
Mhm.
I can do that cuz I'm really you already know I'm really good at narrating and I
Mhm.
can do multiple voices. I can have voice actors, different
Right.
ones to make it seem genuine and realistic and just create my own scenario. It's
Yeah. Some of those
realistic but it's
stories are
also
really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The one that I found the most um it was funny rather than serious. It was like what like the 911 caller was claiming that you know it was a home intruder, right? But turns out it was her husband, but her husband was dead like 35 years ago. And so like this was him and like you know like he just
Oh,
can't manage to come back, like you know I was like what the fuck like what is the story.
exactly.
It's stories like that that entertain me. I know it's not real but it's so fun and funny because in the clip you hear here kitty kitty, like yeah I was like are you kidding me. the
Right. Yeah. It
the,
keeps you captivated. So,
the
yeah.
dispatcher tells the woman to stay put in the bathroom so that she doesn't alarm the intruders. And he was like, "Oh, maybe my cat's out there." I'm like, "Lady, do not go for the cat." And the lady actually calls like, "Here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty." And I physically did that listening to it.
Jeez.
So
Sorry, Kitty, you're on your own.
so yeah, exactly. The cat was fine, by the way. So that was just.
That's awesome.
I might do a 911 series though.
Yeah, that sounds great actually.
Yeah, that's good.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
mind seeing that. Do you need to like I know like when I recorded my voice I had to there was a lot of like things that I had to change or like, things I had to do to get my voice all tuned up. Do you do any type of like larynx like exercises or anything like that to prepare your voice?
I sing a lot of Jeff Castellucci. Jeff
Okay.
Castellucci is he's a bass singer for
Mhm.
he's a for the a cappella group voice what is it voice play, and he's a like oh like like stuff like that. I just
Right.
go down the ranges.
Okay.
I go low and then I go subharmonic and then back to normal low, just to make sure that I still am in control
Okay.
of my low chest voice. And then just normal talking, staying hydrated, you know. Never underestimate the power of water when it comes to like because usually you talk so much that you're hoarse. Like you feel
Exactly.
it in
Or
Yeah.
your
if you're
throat.
under the weather or something like that, it could drastically change the voice.
Oh yeah, it makes it deeper. I used to love that
Mhm.
as a kid. I was like, yo, I got a deep voice, like And now I actually have a deep voice, and I'm not sick, which is good. You know, it's even better. Um, but yeah, no, that's kind of what I do.
Good.
Um, I just pretty much uh, talk in a very relaxed tone.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
So,
trying to strain.
yeah, that's
Hmm.
awesome. So we talked about the paranormal poet, but let's talk a little bit about you. What do you like to do for fun?
What do I like to do for fun? Well, I like to work out. I'm currently on my weight gain journey, and
Okay.
yeah, it's been going great so far. I I started out at a very low weight, and my doctor said next time she sees me, I better be up to like 105 at least. Like just gain a few extra, like just gain a few pounds,
Mhm.
and so once I saw that low number, I decided to make the switch. Then I said, I'm keeping this to myself. I'm not letting anyone's outside opinions affect me. I'm just going to do this for me. And so I started eating a lot more. I'm doing a calorie surplus pretty much every day.
Okay.
And every week I gain 0.25 pounds, like, 0.25 in pounds, which is good. That's
Right.
that's normal for a calorie surplus. As
Mhm.
long as you're gaining every week and not like, you can fluctuate between 98 and 99, but I'm constantly at 99.7 now. So
Wow.
I'm just a few more away from 100, and I'm feeling proud of that.
Good
So
for you.
really logging, tracking my calories,
Okay.
and making sure that because I'm a hard gainer, which means I burn a lot of calories. Even sitting down right now, I'm burning calories.
Yeah.
That's how ridiculous it is. So eating past a certain maintenance goal, which is 1,800 to 2,000
Mhm.
calories, the surplus would be like anywhere above 2,000, and that's what I need to like constantly gain pounds, and I
Right.
do that every day.
So I'm assuming if you're really if you're active, you have to eat more, correct?
Yeah, for the recovery, right? As
Mhm.
you're breaking down the muscle, you're tearing the muscle fiber so that you can rebuild as bigger, stronger muscle, so it doesn't tear again. But that's the thing: to get bigger, you need to tear more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's what I do, and it's working like a charm. One of my exercise goals was I always wanted a chest. I never had. I was a skinny kid, so
Mhm.
I had my 6-pack abs in middle school. I never lost them. I still have them to this day. Um, my arms were decent size, but I had a disproportionate chest. Like it was just flat, and I didn't want to. I kind of just wanted to see something pop out. So now that I'm doing like taking it a lot more seriously and eating the
Yeah.
right foods, and most importantly, staying hydrated,
Yes.
Right.
I've seen and I've been working out my back too, and that's
Yeah.
connected because a straighter posture means your chest can now actually the angle of it. You can start seeing your
Absolutely.
chest more rather than this,
Mhm.
and it's now starting to show up, and I'm proud of it
Yeah. Well, good
because
for
now
you. Well, like you
I
said, you do
can.
the martial arts. That helps
Yeah.
also
That's
with the
You're right.
awesome.
I
sculpting of
do.
the body. So you'll be the next Bruce Lee.
I mean, if you can already tell from the shoulder, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go.
I mainly focus on heavy weights though. There's a steel bar that I have. It's probably 10 pounds, but if you choke it really low on the bar,
Mhm.
grab the middle and then you slide all the way down, suddenly you have so much weight at the tip. Then you have to, and I'm swinging that around. That's how I work
Right.
out.
Okay.
So, yeah, and in Japanese culture, you have the Japanese, katana. That's the curved
Mhm.
sword everybody knows about. And then you have for the big warriors, the ones that have a lot of muscle mass. They carry around a kanabo, which is a big, oversized baseball bat with spikes and studs on it. And
Right.
they only gave those to the biggest guys, and so that's what I decided to do. Start swinging that around, so I can really encourage my body to, okay, I need to build muscle to swing this thing around.
All right.
And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And it worked. Like my arms exploded
Fantastic.
in size, right? To handle the intense weight. My shoulders are growing.
That's
Everything's
awesome.
growing proportionately. And that's what I need. So now I just need to make things heavier, you
Right.
know?
That's
Yeah.
all.
That's
And you need to
awesome.
do squats to promote growth. Yeah, for your legs too. For your
Yeah.
legs, your your abdominal.
Mhm.
I'm pretty good with my abs though. Like I don't really need to work those out as much. Yeah, never forget leg day. Never forget leg day. Absolutely not. Not
Have you
one.
traveled?
I've traveled. I've traveled to New York. It was a
Okay.
6-hour flight. You know,
Yeah, New York.
I traveled to New York when I was 13 years old, and I traveled to New York, and I went there for a whole week and stayed at my uncle's place in Brooklyn. And during that trip, we hit New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut. Virginia. Uh, where else? We hit Rhode Island for sure, and then of course we hit the Big Apple itself. And I have an embarrassing story there. You know the big Toys R Us that is still there? Is it still there, by the way? Like there's a
Don't
massive
know. I've
Toys R
actually
Us.
never been to the city, so I don't know.
There's so like in the big city, there's like a massive Toys R Us store, and there's a full-on Ferris wheel inside the you know there's a Ferris wheel inside the mall, inside the shop or store. And so I decided, why not? Let's go. The thing, it goes on a cycle. So there's like two different cars for two different venues, and I got the Barbie car. It just happened to be the Barbie car. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like me and my brother looked at each other like, bro, what? Like, yeah, it was literally decked out Barbie, as girly as can be, just like, all right, you're next. I'm like, so they let the next people on, and it was a girl.
No, we don't want to ride that.
I don't know. It would be weird if it was two boys riding that, let alone two brothers. So they decided that it was okay. They can
Right.
Yeah, there were two women.
Well, apparently Bill said no, it's closed.
No, it's closed.
Okay.
Is it?
Inside.
Okay.
I guess I was lucky enough to experience it then.
Yeah, I've never been to the big city.
Yeah, because that was embarrassing, dude. I sat there for a whole revolution of the cycle. My dad's up on the second story taking a picture of me, like,
My boy's on the Barbie car.
You know how dads are,
yeah.
taking a picture of the Barbie car.
Right.
And we made it down, and we were just like, dude, never again. I was like, glad we experienced it, but sorry, never
He's
again.
going to use that as blackmail for when you get married someday.
Blackmail? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. I'm pretty sure he still has the photo somewhere.
Probably. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. But yeah, now everybody knows that embarrassing story.
There we
There you
go.
go.
Yep. It's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels. There we go.
Everybody knows it now.
Everybody.
Everybody knows. Is there any particular place you would want to travel to?
Oh, that's a good question. Does this include country or just like
Yeah, anywhere. Anywhere.
I want to go to I want to go to South Korea very badly. I'm mainly trying to get like South Korean subscribers, and it's very hard when most of them just skip you like up on site. But I ran into one before I jumped on, and he was surprised that I knew so much about his culture and so many Korean words. And the games that they play there,
Right.
He was surprised that I knew so much already. He thanked me. He said like he was very grateful that a foreigner like me would take the time out of my day to learn his culture. It made him
that's
very
nice.
appreciative.
That's awesome.
And hearing someone say that definitely moved me. So I that was definitely much needed before I went on to the StreamYard today. I was just like, wow, I'm gonna continue narrating in Korean just so I can, get that side.
Right. Well, I mean, you can understand how he feels because we didn't really know much about South Korea.
Right.
All you hear are bad things, in that whole area, south or north. So it's.
Oh, you definitely hear more of north.
Yeah, north is scary, but so it's wonderful that.
Yeah.
He told you how much he appreciated it.
Right. There's beauty in South Korea. There's beauty everywhere. You just have to find it. And the beauty that I choose is more urban legends. Like I have a really terrifying urban legend from Korea that that's gonna be my next video, my next long one.
Nice.
And I'm going to narrate it in Korean, because let me just tell you, it's very disturbing. Consider all the stuff we talked about earlier today, like the trigger warning stuff. It's gonna have to be in the trigger warning for sure, because this deals with a really dark topic, And that's one of their urban legends over there. And I'm gonna try my best to get all the information correct, all of it together, compile it, and read it as one big script. That'll be my next video.
Wonderful.
There's South Korea. I want to go to Germany for sure, just to experience I want to experience the night markets, because especially during Christmas time. The glue vine, like that's like for I think it's just warm or hot wine. I heard is very good, and it's different in all the different areas. Like
Oh,
Belgium has different glue wine during their night
nice.
markets, and yeah, no, I want to try the glue vine for sure. Uh, where else? Philippines. I want to go to the Philippines to see my girlfriend. Come on, where else? I don't know. Honestly, those are just my top few places as of now. Oh, maybe New Zealand, because 500 plus, well, 600 plus now subscribe to my channel, and they're all over in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's a true fact. I did Hapkido for about a year. It's South Korean martial art. Are you familiar with it? I've never heard of it. I assume it's something similar to Aikido, where it's throwing, a bunch of arm locks and throwing. Because, I don't know, because I just see Kido, or, because Aikido is like, it's a bunch of body manipulation, like very, very painful body manipulation, or to really get someone on the ground, right? So
Okay.
that's what I imagine the thing is, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up though.
Hey, Sky. Hey, Two Ply. Welcome, guys.
Hello there, Sky. Hello there.
Welcome. So we talked about that one of your goals that you would love to do is collaborate. But do you have any other goals or ambitions that you want to do?
I want to create my first ever audio only horror movie, where
Okay.
it's nothing but just audio only, and so you have to really close your eyes and experience.
Yes.
Or
That's
you can
amazing.
you can be in your car and listen to the effects, like
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that, and I already have a few concepts written down of where I could, original stuff. So it's really, really like it. That's one of my goals is to have that blow up. But the other thing would probably have to be, oh man, like I guess get on, like I want people to recognize me, but like more, not just the people, but like maybe the corporations and stuff, but like safe ones. I don't go for the big companies, right? I don't go for the big companies. Just the ones that are trying to use me for my money. I'm trying to go for the ones that actually care about the creator that they're sponsoring.
Right.
Those are the kinds of companies I want to be. I want to be associated with. So, yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. That is
Two Play.
awesome. Yeah, Two Plies in, Jamie,
Yeah.
Sky.
That's
Yeah, everybody's good. Yeah.
Everybody is just chatting away.
I know.
This is lovely.
It's sometimes it's a hit and miss, especially in the summertime during the day, because a lot of people are out.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like it is like 4 p.m. So like,
Yeah.
well, all this heat is in our favor, keeping everybody inside.
Yeah. There we go.
I got the AC running, so
I know. I had the AC earlier running.
Yeah, if this isn't t-shirt weather, it's probably 8. It's not hot. It's very warm though, and you're lucky I had my coffee today. Otherwise, I would have been very grouchy and groggy. You want to know what woke me up today?
Oh God, what?
A turkey.
A turkey.
Yeah, so I live on the second story, right? That's where my bedroom is. And I'm listening. I was like, "Oh, what is that noise on the roof?" Oh, great. The turkeys are there, and they sleep on the roof. They roost there, to get away from the predators and stuff on the ground. And one turkey decided to make his way to my landing. My window has a landing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to stand there and literally peck at the window. And the window is made out of glass, of course. It's double pane glass. So he was just pecking at the
away
window.
at it.
He was literally pecking away at the
turkey
window.
alarm clock.
That was such a horrible alarm clock. It's just bop,
Oh,
bop, bop. I'm like, come on. I got out of bed and I actually punched my window, and like I scared the turkey a little bit.
Hi, Wiz.
Hi, Wiz.
Yeah. I scared the turkey a little bit, but then I opened the window and the sound of that scared the shit out of the turkey. So it flew back down to the ground. But there was another one on the roof with it. So I was like, God damn it. You know?
Just
Yeah.
flash a hatchet and an oven mitt. He'll get the picture.
I mean, I took like video.
Keep it up, your dinner.
Exactly. You like keep knocking on my window, see what happens.
See, I didn't think turkeys flew that high.
They're flyers.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
There you go.
There he is.
Oh my God.
That
Wow.
motherfucker right there. The
Use your
two female.
dinner.
That one right there, pecking at the grass.
Yeah.
She was at my window, pecking really at full force,
Oh, jeez.
pecking the window.
Wow.
So
I
if you
was
watch
like,
it, I'll
isn't-
get my grandma after you. You'll be all done.
I honestly thought my grandma was up there. She saw the turkey and decided to smack something against my window to like try and scare them off. No, the turkey is literally smashed, like, you know, like just bam, like
Bill
pecking
knows
at
his
the-
turkeys. He said that's a female.
That's a female.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Because you can see the males with their really big like I always call them chest. I don't want to say breast because that doesn't feel right for a male turkey. But those
Yeah,
guys
they
are
puff
big.
up.
They're really, really big, and they're just walking around all majestic. They're just like, you know, walking around all majestic, and it was horrible. Like, how? Don't wake me up at 7:30 in the morning because, you know, I usually wake up at 11, but nope, not this time. It's
I'm
called.
saying, I would tell you, keep it up. You're going to end up in the pot.
Exactly. Yeah. The males have a beard. Yep. Males do have a beard.
Yeah.
I don't want a beard like that though. That's a very, very unflattering. That's a very unflattering beard. It's
That
just
is a
red.
story too.
We have turkeys all the time. Two used to sit on the roof and stare at my daughter through the window. She was like, "Knock it off, you creepers." Peepers, creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Like, you know, like a labyrinth. What is it that draws you toward the Asian culture? Mainly because I'm Vietnamese, so I'm already like, you know, indoctrinated into the Asian culture, but also like just learning different. I don't want to learn Mandarin. I'll get that straight right now.
I
don't
I
wanna
heard
learn-
that is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very difficult. I don't want to learn that, but I have my respect for that culture. As do I Japan, you know, and Korea. But it's mainly Korea. Oh, that's another one I forgot to mention when you asked me about travel was Japan. I want to go to Japan and try and find Hachisaku-sama myself, you know?
There you go. All those places are just beautiful.
Yeah, like I might have to.
Like I said, when I watch those videos, and it's done all in Vietnam, and I'm just thinking, my God, it's gorgeous there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they have a lot of rain, you know, but
I mean, yeah.
it's just beautiful countryside.
Exactly. If you don't like getting wet, well,
Yeah,
that's
then
not
don't
the
go
country
there.
for you.
It rains
Yeah,
like every
especially-
5 minutes.
Especially on the south, the southern rural side of Vietnam, don't go there because you sleep with mosquito nets on.
Yes, that's where all these people, they all in the show you see, their beds are all covered with the netting.
Mosquito, yeah, it's a huge mosquito net, and so it's
Ugh.
it's very, very serious over there. But also
Hard-working people, though. I mean, wow, just
true.
they show they even have like old grandmas out in the field with everything's done manually. So,
Oh yeah, like
my goodness,
they harvest all
give
their
them credit.
My grandma, she's like in her 80s and she's still moving around.
Wow.
She's gardening. She's gardening right now. Well, I think
God
so.
bless her.
I think so, but she just waters her plants. She's moving pots around.
Good.
She asked me to carry the heavy ones.
Right.
But like she moves these things around, organizes it her way, and
Keeps them going.
yeah, most of my neighbors are they're complimenting her. It's like, wow, this is such a beautiful garden. We'll be eating dinner and literally see like an old couple just like touching my grandma's flowers because they think they're so beautiful as they're walking by on their evening walk. It's so cute.
Oh, see, it's nice.
It's
All her
like-
hard work and everybody gets to enjoy it.
Right.
That's satisfying, when people drive. Because I had that one year where I put in this new plant, I forgot what it was called, but beautiful lilac flowers on it. I had people taking pictures. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
oh, God, it's so beautiful. They're like,
See, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
lilac is very, very beautiful. There was a poet called Nick. He had a turkey who was sick. He chopped off her head as advised by a vet and ate her with gravy and bread. God damn. Jesus.
Yummy.
I mean, hey, that's honestly, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's the fate of that turkey if it keeps it up.
Hey, protein, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
More calorie. I could use some calories right now.
Fresh
My
turkey's
stomach's
better.
my stomach's been growling since this whole entire interview, and I realize this is gonna go on Spotify too. So like, you're gonna to all this.
Everybody's gonna hear that growling in the background. They're gonna think, "Oh my God, Nick's got something in his
Exactly.
house."
Yeah. Amazon Music, Spotify. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna
They're
tell my
all
mom.
gonna hear it.
I'm gonna tell my mom that I'm famous, and that I'm on Spotify. You know, and that's gonna be fun to listen to back. That's gonna be the only podcast episode that I have, unless you choose to invite me on here again, which I'd absolutely love to do in the future. Yeah, no, this is so fun. I'm enjoying the moment.
Steph said, "Tell him that it's a demon." There you
Tell
go.
them it's a demon.
Get a demon under the bed.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I'm truly blessed that I have a mic that works now, unlike the last time and the first time Laura interviewed me, where it was making that crackling noise.
Yeah.
It was because of this mic. This mic right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, every time I talk, it was like a high-pitched crackling noise, and it was annoying. And I didn't realize the severity of it until I heard it back and be like, "Ow, this is irritating." Right. So now this is my redemption. But
sounds good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Sounds really nice.
Cool. So what do you have planned for the future, Nick?
What do I have planned for the future?
Yeah, you keep on doing what you're doing.
Right. Like probably. I don't. Oh shit! That's my grandma calling me. I'll definitely.
There we go.
She caught the turkey.
Get those turkeys.
She's asking me a question, but to answer it very quickly, I'll just focus on all the different things that I normally do, like just a variety of content. I might do more voice acting videos. Okay. I voice acted as the front man from Squid Games. And I narrated that in full Korean.
Really?
Yeah, there's the videos on my channel right now. It's called Squid Games Frontman Reimagined.
I love it. I believe the next episode's coming up soon.
Oh, it's already out, and I hate it.
Is it?
All my favorite characters are dead. I already watched the whole show. That's it.
Oh man, I need to watch it.
I only watched the show because of my favorite characters, and all of them are dead in the next season. So I saw it. All right, cool. That's all I really care about.
I need to watch it. My son and I are into it, so I have to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer I'm gonna see what my grandma wants, and then I'll come back and maybe do some Korean for you, like if I still remember the line. If I still remember the line, of course.
Tell Grandma we said hi.
All right.
I will.
That's wow, Squid Games. I love that episode. I love that series. It's awesome. It's a lot of it's well known. It is well known. I do want to watch that. Someone else recommended a new vampire movie that came out named Sinners, so I want to watch that as well.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see any of that stuff, so I don't.
I know.
So when people talk about it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, never seen it.
I know. Love Sinners. Yeah, I want to watch it. I definitely want to watch it. So, Bill, do you have anything?
He's still talking turkey.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, she just asked if I was hungry yet.
See, I told you she's going for the turkey.
I'm hungry. But yeah, no.
She's going for the turkey.
Do I still remember those lines? I know some of them off the top of my head. So for people who don't know, I'm also a voice actor, and this is simply just for fun. One of those voices that I did was the front man, and I wrote my own dialogue, right? I wrote my own dialogue, and then I had ChatGPT transcribe it all, And what I did was record it beforehand and then send the recording to ChatGPT to have it listen to my pronunciation of the words. And it said, like, with 99% accuracy, like native Korean speakers will be able to understand you. There's certain inflections that I missed, but it said that, like, you're okay to post a video is what it said. So I posted it, and now a bunch of people, like, commented on it, and
That's awesome.
we're trying to get that video to blow up, though. It's only at 415 last I checked. So
Okay.
trying to get that video to
people will check it out. Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Hi, Jonathan.
One of the coolest things about his voice, he's so deep. His voice is so deep, but it's also a mask, so of course it's deep, right? And then one of the words I started off with, like, chumna nadoguru, like, gyonde nan gachuel gyonde non bobur bewochi, like, that's like Korean for I said, "Are you cold?" Me too. But I learned how to push past my cold, unlike you, who's sitting here freezing to death. Like, that's what I said in that little thing. Yeah, those are my lines, by the way. I wanted to really embody the front man. Like, what would you do if you were, like, blindfolded? You hear nothing but a modulated voice, and you're sitting there bound, right? And you hear the rain around you, the thunder. You're very cold, you're almost near frostbite, and you just hear his voice just taunting you, just using that slow.
You have to get in the moment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like, nachoru sasai ara chukje ango maria, like that's my actual voice added on top of that with a I brought my voice down -24 semitones, so to match that voice, that the mask of voice that it makes,
Oh, that's right, because they're wearing a
Cool.
mask. That's right.
Yeah, so it makes his voice deeper, so he's
Yeah.
not just talking with his normal voice.
Yeah.
And that effect is created simply just through pitch shift -24 semitones, and then oh shit, what else did I say? Like, yeah, ja mucha gamun gonghaga uzenugyu, wait, gonghaga ogi jane dongshani nashimakaru ugyu, and then, oh shit, then the other half I forgot, but, like, yeah.
That's good, though.
I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head how
Hi,
I said,
Purple. That's pretty cool.
And that's actual Korean. Like, the people that genuinely heard it said that, of course, it's not perfect, but for a foreigner, you said everything right, and, like, I was able to understand without looking at the Hangul, and that's simply just the Korean characters.
Right.
They didn't need to look at the Korean characters to understand what I said. They just heard me and understood, and that was the biggest compliment I could ever get.
Yeah, that's neat.
Like, I don't even need to look at your subtitles. I know what you're talking about. Like, that's like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah, that is a big compliment.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Does anybody in the audience want to ask any questions?
Right.
Because we're getting to be an hour and a half.
Feel free to ask me a question.
We're rocking along.
Yeah. And maybe it's about time I bring not just the talking lampshade, but also the doll.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, bring her out so we all can see.
Let me go get her.
Get those questions on there, guys, so that we can put them up. taking her out of her secret hiding place.
I know. I'm like looking at it. I'm like,
So Mom will snatch it and run.
oh, look at her.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, everybody, I want you to meet Antoinette.
Oh,
Antoinette.
pretty.
There
So
she is.
pretty.
Yeah, there she's a lovely, lovely, friendly doll. And
So what's her history?
so her name, her maiden name was Madison, Mattison.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in Riga, Latvia, and so was her husband, Riga, Latvia. I think they were both Jewish, and she was born in 1901. She was born in 1901, and Henry was 1903. And then when they met each other, they were already in Riga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then probably around the time when the Nazis started persecuting the Jews and all that, and started hunting them down, they fled. They fled to Bordeaux, France, and they stayed hidden for a while. But it turns out the police, the chief of police at the time, ratted all of the Jews that were hiding in Bordeaux, France at the time. And that's what got Antoinette and Henry found. Their 3 kids made it, but the 2 of them didn't. They were sent to Big A, like you know the Big A.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like saying that name, but they were sent to Big A, and they were killed upon arrival, gas chamber. And I know that because in a spirit box session, I literally heard like a woman gasping for air, and I didn't know it at the time. And then like once I found the actual history and her name in the actual database and how she died, I was like, holy shit, this makes sense. All the dots connected. And now she's here. She's here. She's not inside the doll, for anyone wondering. She's not inside the doll. She just takes a liking to it, so she hangs around it. She's still a spirit going about her natural spirit, like spirit ways, but she comes back to the doll because it reminds her of her life when she was alive, and she knows I take really good care of it. So same with Henry with his fedora. Yeah, so that's just her history.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Yeah, she's genuinely a doll, literally, but she's so adorable. I love her.
She is.
I love her to death.
Now, what is this with the lampshade?
Oh, that's just. I like to roast myself. So, I mean, like, what happens when I wear the rice hat? I turn into a talking lampshade.
Oh yeah. I like those. Hey, face DAs.
Yeah, see what I mean? This is more.
God, yeah.
So when I'm I don't know, when I'm just being myself and posing, I kind of do this pose right here, because it's kind of like, now that evokes mystery, right?
Right.
Like just the finger right here. But it's also in Korean, that's a subtle sign that it's like, I don't know, it's very, very I don't know, I guess it's very endearing, very, very makes you feel like this when you see it. You're just like, oh, okay.
Right.
It starts to make some women blush, is when people see that symbol right there, and they know. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I kind of do.
Little inside scoop there.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. It's been so hot here that my husband's working outside. And I was thinking he needs a hat like that.
Dude, he absolutely a conical Vietnamese.
I don't see him wearing it, but they would work.
I mean, it covers my shoulders, right? Like it covers the shoulders, your head for the most part, of course your face, and like the back of your neck.
Yeah,
it covers all
definitely.
that part. Right. Because in Vietnam,
actually show everybody the inside, Nick, because I don't think people notice how the inside is. Now I've seen them also where there's framework inside of them, so it like sets up off of your head.
Yeah,
so I think they have all different styles, but it's you
can see like the individual lining, like
like an all-purpose hat.
Yeah, that's bamboo, by the way. The ridges that you see, that's all
See?
bamboo.
Bamboo, I told you.
Yep, that's bamboo, and it's woven together with threading, clear threading.
That's
And
awesome.
so
Yeah.
they're going through the straw,
Yeah.
and as they're going
Right.
through the straw, they're just going around this bamboo, and then you're essentially then they just cut off the excess, cut off the excess, make it clean looking, and that's how I
Nice.
have my hat.
Hey,
Straight
Calamity, welcome.
straight from the source of Vietnam,
There
because
you
my
go.
grandma went there, and she originally brought 3 of these home to California, and this was one of those hats.
Wiz has question.
Weren't they originally for fishing? I believe so, and I think they're still used in Vietnam in the rural side to fish. It's just good to, stay out of the sun, because with Vietnam so close to the equator, you don't want that sun beaming down on you all day.
Right.
Just bare naked skin. You don't want that, because you're gonna get like really badly burned. So
Right.
having a hat like this at least covers your face. Still probably good to use some sunscreen, or wear long clothes, but you're gonna overheat.
Right. And then, like you said, like the shape of it, it helps the heat, release from your head still, like where other hats would, capture that heat.
That's right. Yeah.
And then the rain, it keeps the rain off of you.
Yeah, it's waterproof, right?
It's amazing.
It's waterproof, so you just walk around outside, just boom, you just hear it. It's kind of like your own umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a fun hat to wear, especially on Ohm.tv, because a lot of people are just really they're assholes on there, and what they do is they'll see my face just how it is, and then they go ugh, and then they skip. I'm like, all right, cool, screw you too, and that's what they'll do. So give them a talking point. What's with the dumbass hat? Even if they're roasting me, they're still engaging in a conversation, right?
Right.
But I don't feel as bad, and I'm a YouTuber. I can handle all that negativity and stuff.
Well, see, that's the thing, is they don't realize how stupid they sound.
Exactly. Yeah.
If they realize the history and the use of the hat, they,
Right.
Calamity wants one.
Yeah.
I
know. Horror of horror. Carla, the amount of times I've been called Raiden is crazy, because you're not the only one that calls me Raiden.
Ooh, wrong one.
Yeah.
That's the one we wanted.
Yeah. What type of music do you listen to? All of it. Everything. I have select rap songs. I have select death metal songs. I mainly listen to punk rock, which is like Green Day, My Chemical Romance. I grew up in that era. I'm a 2000s kid, and just grew up with my mom playing Green Day in the car. Had 101 Star 101.3, the radio station. I would constantly hear Summer of '69 as well by Bryan Adams. I just random songs. And now I'm starting to add K-pop into the mix, right? So I've been listening to more K-pop, but there's only a certain amount of groups that I like, and I add those songs to my Spotify. My Chemical Romance, holy shit, yep. Yeah. I love My Chemical Romance. Bring Me the Horizon,
Hey, Raven.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. What is a paranormal thing that really scares you? A paranormal thing that scares me. I guess the only thing that would scare me is possession, genuine demonic possession, where specifically when they mention missing time, where you just black out and then you come back too, but things are different, things change. What did I do during those moments where I blacked out? That's kind of unsettling to me, but that's the same with normal paranormal. Sometimes you just sit there on stairs, and you're just, you're doing your EVP session, and then your friends go to check up on you, and you're just like, where were you? You've been gone this whole time. I'm like, I was only here for 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, no, you were gone for a whole hour, dude. So there's that missing time right there, So that's what I find truly unnerving, is demonic possession, and the I guess the losing of memory and time. Because you don't know what you genuinely don't know what you did. You know, you could have done anything, and anything under the sun, which is
Right.
horrifying to think about. And so, you only have the word of the people around you that experienced it to tell you what you did. And I don't know, that kind of rubs me in a wrong way. You know, the what did I do? Yeah, you know, I'm covered in blood. What did I do?
Right. Exactly.
That shit terrifies me. So
Mm-hmm.
there's to answer your question. Was that who's that? Who was that I asked? I think that was Steph, right?
Yeah, I think it was Steph. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Was a paranormal thing that scares you? Every now and then I'll listen to certain K-pop. I like baby metal collabs with Electric Callboy and Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon's pretty cool. I think Run was like probably my favorite song. Run is my favorite song from Bring Me the Horizon. I also have The Kill or 30 Seconds to Mars. That song is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to be in like an angry mood, I just listen to The Kill and I just scream, you know, like come break me down, like, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. Have you ever written a poem using music song titles? No, I have not. Unfortunately not. When I write, I mainly focus on of course, the topic at hand. So I don't know. I don't really think about the title. Sometimes I have trouble even naming my own poem, you know? So maybe if I do happen to do that, I'll just say parentheses in lack of a better name. Like, you know, in lack of a better name. That's what I'll say in my next poem. Jamie Watson says The Kill is an awesome song. Love it. Yep. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Face-to-Face. I'm doing good. I'm just listening.
You're just listening.
I am
mean,
just listening.
who wouldn't love to listen to my voice, right? LOL, I yelled, okay, well, Stern Mom talked at Jared Leto. He pissed me off. Yeah, no, I scream shout whenever I listen to The Kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fun to sing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see how many other questions come in.
Yes, before we wrap things up, huh?
Maybe from even you.
So Nick could actually eat.
It's true. Yeah, I need to eat lunch. I'm gonna have a big meal. I have pork ribs. I have slow smoked pork ribs.
Oh,
So,
love it.
See, he had to add that so rub it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about calories, protein. Let me tell you that. I need all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Nick, where can everybody find you?
Where can everybody find me? I am mainly on YouTube, but I'm also on Instagram under middlepoet20 _ LOL. It's Nick. I know it's a long name, so don't worry about clicking it. Just go or typing that in. Just go to my YouTube channel bio. The link is right there. It'll take you clean to my Instagram page where you can contact me by message. And I prefer message because getting random video calls in the middle of the day is kind of strange. So, you know, I was like, come on, man. You can, like, if you wanted to tell me that, just text me, like, please. So just know that. And I do have a Facebook, but I don't let it be known. It is a private Facebook. So, but I am there. And I think that's mainly it for my socials, you know? It's mainly it for my socials.
Thank you for posting that, Raven.
Thank you, Raven. Thank you.
Next channel on YouTube. Yep.
Oh, same thing, yes. Jamie posted it too. Thank you, Jamie.
Yes, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
So, Laura, do you have any questions?
I think you pretty much just swept it all out there. Got it all out there.
I was gonna hit him hard.
Oh, you hit me pretty hard. That was some good questions. Not a lot of. I mean, the times that I have been interviewed, the questions were like, you know, like pretty simple and straightforward. But your questions were very, very.
Well, it's like you want to get to know the person too, not just what they do, but necessarily outside of what they do. You know,
right?
Yeah, it's really important It's really
You're
important.
you're a very good interviewer.
Thank
I
you.
will say
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Well, it was great to have you on, Nick.
Of
And
course, my pleasure.
if you wouldn't mind just staying for a second or so after we end things up, or if you
Of
need to
course.
eat, that's
No,
fine.
I'd love to stay with you.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we're gonna put you backstage, and then Laura and I are gonna end it.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you so much for
right.
having me on here. You guys have an amazing day or night, wherever it is for you,
Evening.
whenever this video finally reaches you. I
Yes.
am your host, I'm not your host, but I am your guest, Paranormal Poet, and I will see you all next time.
Lovely. Don't forget
That
to
was
check him out,
great.
guys. Subscribe to his channel.
Yes, definitely check him out. Definitely, I actually have his info on a description as well of this podcast, so definitely check him out.
Yes. Great stories. Like I said, I start listening and I am out cold. So
Yes.
he's doing his job.
Yeah, definitely. Spooky Saturday is tonight, actually at 9 p.m.
Oh, there you go.
California time, so feel free to check it out. Absolutely will. Absolutely will.
Get a little taste of the Paranormal Poet.
So what do you have going on the rest of the week, Laura?
I don't know. Everything's going to pretty much up in the air with the family emergency thing there. But I do have a chick chat with Carla coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
And then after that, the magazine comes out on the 1st, guys.
Yep.
So look forward to that. And then actually the first week of July I've got coming up is Sir Wayne. Sir Wayne Dawson is going to be on with me. And we're going to have a little fun with Wayne. And, just still working on the studio, trying to tweak it as much as I can.
Yep, definitely.
Today, like I said, when I was running behind and I didn't think I was going to make it, and I just jumped in the chair and turned everything on. So.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
So try to keep the show rolling.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you got going on for the rest of the week?
Basically working, touching base with Crip Walter Portal to make sure everything is all set for the miniseries. And then the next guest that we have, I believe, is God, I'm drawing a blank. It's AFRF. AP.
Oh, APRF.
Yes, I believe that's our next guest.
Yeah, Wes. Wonderful.
Yes, so I have to set that up for that. But besides that, nothing much is going on.
Cool.
Nothing much is going on. Well, I want to definitely thank everybody for joining us.
Wayne, me, oh dear, I'll leave the. You're not going anywhere.
So thank you everybody for joining us, and
yes,
you're going to see Laura on Sunday. If not, you're going to see me. I'll be around,
Yeah.
But everybody have a good evening. Stay safe and stay spooky, and we'll see you the next time.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.